Hey everybody, welcome back. I haven't made a video in a while. Haven't had a lot of problems around the house, but my radiator has been leaking. Drippity drip drip, all coming out of up here. All looks nasty. I'm gonna end up cleaning that, but this here just has been dripping, and it started getting like the floor all wet and everything. So I think I've a fix for it. Pretty simple one too at this. They're in the back that you replace. So this is what the issue is. You do this and then you just purge the air out of the system, and it's going to take care of the leaking problem. So I'm going to climb back there and walk you through this as we do it. Alrighty, real quick, I'll point out this is a Whirlpool that I am working on here. So when you get the old valve out, it'll have a part number if you want to replace the exact one, but they make a bunch of just universal ones. I just went with the universal one because it's cheaper and I got here quicker. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump back there and see what this is going to take. All right, so looking at the back of the fridge, first thing, the water line obviously is going to come into the back here. So first things we're going to want to do is turn the water off where it comes in. Just literally switch it to where it says off, and unplug it. Anytime you do anything, I can't stress enough, unplug it. Common sense stuff. You don't want to shock yourself or kill yourself, so unplug. So the valve's back here. First thing we got to do is just literally take off the cardboard backing with these few screws, and then we'll be able to access this little valve. Alright, don't lose your screws. Hard to do with one hand and video at the same time, so bear with me and we'll make this happen. Alrighty, there should only be a few holding this bad boy on. Alright, another one. So yeah, this just had the 4 on it. Alright, and then it looks like it tucks up underneath here, so yeah, we'll just pull it out. Oh, there we go, perfect. Oh, missed one. Okay. There we go. Come on, baby. In an odd spot here, sorry. Okay, she is out. Alright, so pop that bad boy off. The valve is actually kind of tucked up under here, right? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you the new one here. I'm going to pause the video real quick. Okay, so this is the new one. So, you can see it's tucked up in there. It looks like we'll just have to take this couple screws off here before it'll come on out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those while we're here. Pull them off. So far, the only tool I've needed is the flathead screwdriver. So awesome. I have it on a screw gun just because I figured it'd be easier for the video. But so far, all I've needed is a flathead screwdriver. And here's the valve that we're going to be replacing. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this and get it off the bracket. Looks like we just have the 2 plugs on top. And then there's 3 water lines that go into it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this bad boy out. All right, so in order to take this off, we've got 3 water lines on it. I don't know if you can see those. There's 2 on the bottom and there's 1 in the front. So all I need for the front, it looks like the bottom 2 are plastic. So those 2 we can just twist off by hand, it looks like. This one here, I just grabbed a crescent wrench to break it loose. And I'll see if I can do this with you in the video here. Oh yeah, it came right off. And we might leak water just because that's what's going through all these lines. I can feel it starting to drip just a little bit. But yeah, it came right off. It broke free. Unscrewing that bad boy here. Perfect. And there's our little line. Pull it right out. Dripped a little bit of water. If you want, you can throw down a towel. I haven't seen a ton of water come out of it just yet. Now I'm going to try to unthread these ones. Yep, coming right off. Okay. Yeah, I can feel water dripping out again. Have a little bit more coming out the bottom, I bet. Awesome, yep, just the tiny drops. So nothing too major yet. All right, and this one's coming right out. Here we go. Now these hoses are 2 different sizes, so you're not really going to be able to mix them up the way they go into this little valve. You have a small one. Yeah, it dripped a little bit more. Small hose and a big hose. So that is what we have, 2 different sizes. And if you look at the back here, they're 2 different sizes. I don't know if you can see that in the video. So it looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. So it looks like these ones actually thread on to the old valve, but we can just push the screw down because they actually have these quick release retainers, so they're just gonna pop right in. So yeah. All right, so looking at this here, my setup has this extra little valve on the back. I actually just barely pulled it and it popped right off. So this here is almost identical, the bracket and everything, for the new one here and my old one. Now it looks like the only difference is, see these 2 plugs are on the back side of mine, and it looks like they now are gonna plug in to the front. So when we plug this back in, so what we're going to do, like I said, these on the old one, they all screw on and they pop in on the new one. So all I'm going to do is, I don't have to modify anything, but where the little screw attachment goes, I just slid it up on the hose and I'm going to leave it there. I did that for both of these because now the hose just will literally insert and lock right in there. You just push it in, it's going to hold itself in there. Before I do that, you can just see where these ones were kind of frayed. I'm just going to cut them off so they're nice and clean. That way when we plug it in, there won't be any chance that it's going to leak from the back here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and just take a razor blade and just right where the fray was, I'm just going to cut that down. That way it just has a nice clean tip. Whatever was on there before, I'm just going to throw it away. So that way, nice and clean. It should pop in there better. I'm going to go ahead and take the other one here and try to do the same thing. This hose isn't as long, so I'm having to, can't reach it to the floor. Yeah, cool. That cut right off of there. Nice. So we're almost ready to install the new one. I'm going to go ahead and unplug. Looks like they just slide right off. I'm going to do it one-handed. Hopefully one-handed. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here so I have both hands. Okay, so this is the old one. I just popped it off. Sorry I had to pause it there. But you can see you don't even need to worry about mixing them up because these ones are fat and these ones are skinny. So the plugs are only going to go on one way. Again, I always like to compare everything with the new one. So, yep, we do have skinny ones and wide ones, so that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the reassembly process. So I'm just going to plug the one in the front here. Once I do that, I'll unpause the video here, and then I'll plug the 2 back ones in. It might be a little easier to do with a couple hands. Okay, so literally I just went ahead and pushed this in and then it secures nice and snug. I went ahead and popped these 2 bad boys back on. They only go on one way just because it's much easier to do with the 2 hands. So hopefully I can show you in the bottom here how these guys go. Again, we just have the 2 hoses. One's fat and one is skinny, so they should pop right in. Alright, so I'll take the fat hose and plug it into the fat one, and literally all you have to do is push it and it's going to lock itself in. Now it won't come out. In order to release it, you have to actually pull this and then it'll come out. But so I'm going to plug that one in, and then the skinny one here, and that's it. They locked into place. And again, the old one had these, we're just not going to use them. I just slid them out of the way. Now we have it ready to be reassembled. Okay, so looking to reassemble it, we just want to put it back on. I'm noticing that we got the 2 screw holes. Okay, they're lining up, and then let me check this bracket. Yeah, so originally this bracket they were kind of held together. It looks like now we just have to screw it all together. So we just put the 2 screws in. It looks like it lines right back up with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 screws in, and that's going to hold it all back into place. Okay, so yeah, I just kind of set them in there by hand just to show you, but they did it lined right back up. They were kind of welded together when you first, the factory one. And then put this bottom one in. Okay, so those are in. It looks kind of just like it's bent a little bit. I wouldn't mind just even giving it a little push to straighten it back out. That's kind of weird looking, but that's how it was. So yeah, that's back on. Next, all we gotta do is put the back cover back on. So that'll be it, and then we'll go through the purging process. So anytime you change the filter or do anything, they recommend just getting the air out of the line. So I went onto the Whirlpool website, and it literally just gives you a quick demotion to do. You just bring water, push it in for 2 seconds, let it off for 2 seconds, push it in for 2 seconds, and you keep doing that until you get a steady flow of water. So we'll walk through that when we get there. All right, we're going to turn the water back on and check for any leaks. Just make sure, water's back on. Everything seems to be good. I don't hear or see or notice anything. Waiting to put the back cover on just in case it was leaking. I have access to everything. So that all looks good. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and go around to the front and see what it does. Okay, we're out the front. We're going to go ahead and try to purge this. It says just to get 2 seconds. 2 seconds off. Ooh, that stream still goes. 2 seconds. 2 seconds off. I'm noticing that it's not like turning off. I'm going to dump the water out real quick. And we're going to try that again. Okay, I see we do have air in the line. See how it's starting to kind of puke out? Oh, and now we're starting to shut off correctly. Perfect. Okay. There is a reason and a rhyme for all of this, so following the directions works. On. Off. Cool. Yeah, let's see what happens, yeah? We'll do it one more time. Okay, we have a steady flow. It's looking good.